Shalom, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to speak about the upliftment of the Heavenly Father's chosen people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the scattering around the world. All right, and we have one of you all praises, glory, and honor. Double honors to my apostles and elders, created no stone where I learned this truth from. Salutation, much over respect to you out there pushing this word out, your truth and sincerity. All right, so we're going to get into the topic of the Gentiles, because these Christians, they don't understand that topic, okay? Because they only read the feel-good scriptures. They don't want to deal with the history. They don't want to deal with the prophecies. They just want to deal with the feel-good, which is not balanced. And you will never get the understanding of the Bible going through it that way, okay? So let me start with what I asked for. Yeah, start with Romans 11 from the top.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Got some scriptures out there?
I say then, has the Most High cast away his people?
Yeah.
God forbid.
Right.
The Most High forbid.
So the Most High never cast away his people. You'll have some of these Christians say that the Lord, the Israel, they're done away with Israel. He did away with them. He's not dealing with them no more. He's dealing with the body of church. No, the Lord never cast away his people. Okay, go ahead.
For I am also an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right. So Paul was an Israelite. Okay, and what's funny is Paul also called himself a Roman. All right. So how is he an Israelite and a Roman? That could show you what it means by the Gentiles right there. All right. Because he knew he was an Israelite, but he also was a Roman citizen. Okay, get me that account. Find that account where when you speak to the centurion, he said, "Is it lawful to do this to a Roman?" Whoever finds it first, man. Go ahead. Keep going.
The Most High hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Right.
Were ye not what the scripture said of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Right.
But what said the answer of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua unto him?
Right. So Elijah was basically protesting this. Just destroy these niggas. Just destroy these people. Okay? Because he got tired. After a while, you get tired of these people. You see? Go ahead. That's why Yahweh Shai had to go on the cross. Because if it was up to anyone else, they might have just, Elijah liked to call fire from heaven. He liked to do that, Go ahead.
But what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men,
yep,
who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right.
Even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
There's a remnant of what? Amongst the Israelites. Okay? That's why it said he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. He will never utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Matter of fact, you can get that, but get that too. He will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. All right? Which, you got that? Yeah. Go ahead, read that.
This is Acts 22, and I'm going to start at 24. The chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle and bid that he should be examined by scourging, that he might know wherefore they cried so against him.
Right.
And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman?
So he called himself a Roman, right? Does that mean he was an Edomite? Does that mean he was a so-called white person? No, he was an Israelite. He just told you that in Romans the 11th chapter. Read that again.
God,
read Romans 11th chapter.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid.
Right, so he never cast away the Israelites. Go ahead.
For I also am an Israelite.
So Paul is an Israelite. Go ahead.
Of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. All right? You see? So ultimately, he's saying he's a Roman there, but he's saying he's an Israelite here because he's an Israelite that was a Roman citizen. That's the understanding of the Gentiles. Okay? Christians don't understand that. That Israelites fell away and they were in these different lands and they were being called Gentiles. But they were actually Israelites, man. All right? Okay, go ahead.
This is Ephesians 2 and verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye, being in time past Gentiles in the flesh,
past Gentiles in the flesh. Go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcision, by the which is called the circumcision.
Why were they called uncircumcision? Because they were not being circumcised while they were amongst the Gentiles. It's very simple. Back then it was all about the records. Okay, it's about what you could prove. right? So now that's why Paul said, don't worry about endless genealogies. He said that because they were all into that. All right? And it really was all through, at the end of the day, it was through the Spirit. We knew who an Israelite was through the Spirit. But it does not change the fact that you have to be an Israelite for salvation. That's the first step. Okay? Go ahead.
Come. Who are called uncircumcision, by the which is called the
Let me get count the
circumcision,
Maccabees.
and the
Maccabees
flesh
1 and 4,
made
1.
by hands. That at that time ye were without Yahushai, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel,
Right.
and strangers from the covenants of promise.
Meaning they were not part of the Israelites. They were not in the land of Israel. They weren't keeping the customs at a certain period of time. Go ahead.
Having no hope and without Yahweh in the world, but now in Yahushai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahushai.
Right. So now they were far off, and now they're coming back to the Lord. Okay, they're coming back. All right, that's what it was all about. Just like we're coming back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai now. Right? We're Israelites, but we were calling ourselves what? Jamaicans, Haitian, Canadian. All right. Some Israelites call themselves American, but you're not. You're not that. That's not even a nationality. Okay. Go ahead.
Real quick, precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Right, but what does that really go back to? How far can we bring that back? Why was that happening? Going back to the curses, man. Go ahead, hold Deuteronomy the 28th chapter and the 64th verse on it. Deuteronomy 28, 64. Okay? Right? Go ahead.
The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people,
Yeah.
and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed to the commandment of the king.
Right. Right. So he was making, so Antiochus, that Edomite, right? That Greek, right? What was he doing? He was forcing them to leave their laws, to leave their customs and their culture. Go ahead.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath.
Yep.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem.
So you had a lot of Israelites that were consenting unto that and following after those ways. All right? Becoming Greeks. That's why it says neither Jew nor Greek. It was speaking about Israelites in all those cases. Okay? Because the Christians love to pull that out, but they have no understanding. They don't know the history. They don't know why they only mentioned Greeks. They have no clue. Go ahead.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and
Yep.
the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
And what was part of those part of those strange laws? That they do not circumcise their children. That's strange because our people were into circumcising our children. That is an Israelite custom. Okay, so when you don't do that, that's a heathenistic thing. Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and the festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people.
Yep. So
Set
the
up-
holy people were polluted, right? So that's why they were looked down upon by the ones that were called the circumcision. Now I believe there's one in what's that? That's First Maccabees, the second chapter, is it? Where it speaks about no more lawful for them to circumcise themselves. They proclaim themselves to be a Jew. Get me that. All right. And you have that in Deuteronomy 20th chapter. 64. Yep. Want to bring that out?
Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Then the Lord will scatter you among all nations, from one end of the earth to the other. Then you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your ancestors have known.
Right. Read that slow. Read that again. Read that slow.
Deuteronomy,
Take your time.
Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Then the Lord will scatter you among all nations, from one end of the earth.
And that means all nations. All the Israelites are scattered amongst literally every nation on the earth. Okay, and they look like every nation on the earth. All right, go ahead.
To the other, There you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your ancestors have known. Among those nations you will find no repose, no resting place for sole of your foot. There the Lord will give you an anxious mind, eyes weary with longing, and desperating heart.
Right, so at the end of the day, when you're scattered amongst those nations, you're on a low level. Okay? That's why the scripture said the heathen that is amongst thee shall get up above thee very high. All right? That happens, man. You got Moab move in, you got Ishmael move in, and they get up very high above our people. Because that's part of what? The curses. Go ahead. Hold on. Finish that off.
You will live in constant suspense, filled with dread both night and day,
Yep.
never sure of your life.
Okay, is that the end of the verse?
Yeah.
That's the end of the verse? Okay, finish off it to the end of that verse. Stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the morning you will say,
Right, that's it, all right? Because basically your life is, it's up in the air. You don't know if you're going to live till tomorrow, so to speak. That's how Jake is living. Go ahead, what you got, bro?
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 13 and verse 3. Confessing before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel,
Right.
for he hath scattered us among them.
He scattered us among them. So like I said, there's Israelites amongst all nations, all right? And they look like other nations. But when you look into their spirit, they have the spirit of Israelites, okay? That's why the whole New Testament had to come about dealing with the Gentiles, because it's building up even to this time. Because are we not in the stead of those Gentiles? Yes, because we didn't know we were Israelites before, okay? Let me, Romans the 8th chapter and the 16th verse, okay? What you got, bro?
This is Hosea chapter 8 and verse 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, as a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
Tell me Jake is not a vessel that is no pleasure amongst these other nations, man. Go to China. They're calling it nigga. Go to China, man. All right? They can't even see straight. They're talking shit. You see what I'm saying to you? You go to amongst Ishmael, it's the same thing. All right? They don't want you with their daughters, so on and so forth, man. Elam, Jake is on the bottom amongst all these nations, and that's because of the prophecies in the Bible. All right? But the Lord is going to build us up above all these other nations,
That's right.
starting with the elect. Okay? The elect is going to be risen first. Okay? Go ahead.
Romans 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
So the Spirit beareth witness. So we got to look in the Spirit to see if someone's an Israelite. Okay? We know through the Spirit that the majority, that the people on these sides, this is where the Israelites are and what they're calling themselves. Predominantly. But you have Israelites amongst all these other nations as well. Okay? And they look like these other nations. You got Israelites with blonde hair and blue eyes. All right? They look like straight up Edomites, but they're actually Israelites. Okay? You got Israelites that look like East Indians, man. All right? Following after the customs. Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Isaiah 11 and verse 11.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
Right, to recover the remnant of his people. All right?
But shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Sinai, and from Hamath, and from the isles of the sea.
So the Israelites are scattered amongst all these different nations in the last time, which is now. And the Lord is going to gather them. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah.
Right,
from
so
the
he's gathering together the dispersed. He's going to gather together the dispersed of Judah. That's where you get the word diaspora from. Okay, that's why they said the Gentiles. That's why they said the Gentiles were amongst the Gentiles. He was going to go teach it. Did someone get that? Teach the Gentiles amongst the Gentiles?
This is the book of John, chapter 8, and the book of John, chapter 8. It's like this. The book of John, chapter 7, and verse 35.
Yep.
Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him?
Right, speaking about the Lord, where is he going to go? Go ahead.
Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Because our people were dispersed among the Gentiles. Okay, and they were learning the customs of the Gentiles, man. All right, they were calling themselves the Gentiles. That's why they had Simon the Canaanite. Was he an actual Canaanite? No, he wasn't. He was an Israelite. Okay? But he was called after what? The name that he was in. Just like now, you might call yourself a Canadian, or you might call yourself an American, all right? But you're not an American. You go back to your ancestry, you know, your parents might come from whatever land they come from, all right? Go ahead. What you got?
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach,
Yep.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Meaning what? Our people are scattered, like I've been saying. Okay? So that's what it's all about. That's who James was writing to. That's who Paul was speaking to, man. They weren't dealing with actual heathen nations. They were dealing with Israelites that were amongst the heathen. Okay? Okay, go ahead. What you got?
This is John 10, and I'm going to start at verse 15.
Yep.
As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and they shall be one fold and
Right.
one shepherd.
What is that going into? That's going into the other 10 tribes that left from that side of the earth. And they were on this side of the earth, the so-called Native Americans, all right, the so-called indigenous tribes of this land, all right? Those are Israelites that left in the time of the Assyrian captivity, okay? They came on this side of the earth, and what happened? They were trying to keep the law, but eventually they fell off. Started worshiping the eagle, the bear, all kind of madness, all right? So the Lord had to come over here, and they got legends on it. They call them Tetuquatu or something like that, all right? The flying serpent, something like that, all right? But I was speaking of the Lord, okay? Because he came over here to these people, right? Because these are also Israelites, man, all right? Go ahead. More than that? Okay, you got something else? Read what you got real quick.
Right quick. This is 2 Maccabees 6 and verse 1.
Yep.
Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympius, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire to dwell in the place. The coming and of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
Yeah.
For the temple was filled with riot and revealing by the Gentiles, and who dealt with harlots and had to do.
So they were having sex with harlots in the temple. They changed it to Jupiter, right? They called it Jupiter. So they were profaning the people of the Lord. Okay, so to the point that their generations went on, and they were calling themselves Greeks. All right, go ahead.
And had to do with women within the circuit of the holy place, and besides that, brought in things that were not lawful.
Right. Okay, like pig and all kinds of things they were sacrificing on the altar. All right, that's why I see why the Lord is going to destroy, exterminate Esau, man. Esau is wicked beyond measure. All right, Babylon didn't do that. Persia didn't do that. Okay. Oh, what you got, Shukwa?
There's the book of Acts chapter 2 and verse 5. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Right. Devout men out of every nation under heaven. But they were Jews. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that was it on there.
No, start at 2, 3 verses. Get where it says.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a
Right,
sound.
so why were they in Jerusalem? Why were all they in Jerusalem for the day of Pentecost? Man, it was commanded that we would come to the land of Jerusalem, right, 3 times a year, man, to Israel 3 times a year. Okay? So those Israelites that were amongst these other nations, they came for those times, all right? And they were speaking different languages and whatnot, but they knew they were Israelites. Go ahead.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongue, like as of a fire, and it sat upon each of them.
Yeah.
And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues,
Yeah.
as the Spirit gave them utterance. And there was dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation
So
under heaven.
this is what it means that it's going to be, the gospel is going to be preached to all nations. Because there's Israelites amongst all nations, man. Okay? Even back then. Go ahead.
Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded,
Yeah?
because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Right. Every man heard him speak in his own language. Okay? So some of them were coming from the land of Canaan. Some of them were coming from the land of Mizraim, right? Which is Egypt. All right? Different lands they were coming from, they were speaking those languages. Go ahead.
And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galilean?
Galileans.
And how hear we every man our own tongue?
Right. How hear we every man in our own tongue. All right. That was the spiritual power. Go ahead.
Wherein we were born, Parthians, and Medes, and Elamites, and the dwellers in Mesopotamia.
Oh, but he called them Elamites. Are they Elamites? I told you at the beginning they were Jews. Okay, so they were Israelites that were amongst these different nations. Okay, go ahead.
And Judea,
Uh-huh.
and Cappadocia, and Pontus, and Asia.
What does it say? What does it say? In Phrygia, all right, we have the PHS. That's at Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt and in Cyrene. All right, yeah. So on and so on. Read that again. That part from that part.
I already forgot to pronounce it.
Furia. When you have a PH, it makes an F sound, right?
Syria,
Uh-huh.
and in Pamphylia,
Yeah, Pamphylia.
in Egypt,
Yep.
and in the parts of Libya,
Yep.
and
Cyrene.
Cyrene, and strangers of Rome.
Yeah. That's it. Strangers of Rome. Okay? They call them strangers too. But they were Israelites, man. This is where you have to get the history for you to understand it. Okay, so that's it on that. All right, what you got?
It's the book of Acts, chapter 11 and verse 16. There remembered I the word of the Lord, how that he said, John indeed baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit. For as much then as the Most High gave them the like gift as he did unto us, who believed on the Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, what was I that I could withstand the Most High? When they heard these things, they held their peace, and glorified Yahweh, saying, glorify Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, saying, then hath the Most High also to the Gentiles granted repentance unto life. Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Phoenix and Cyprus and Antioch.
Right, so these were Israelites, because why were they scattered? Because there was a decree, all right, to kick the Jews out of Rome. Is that what it says there?
Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Phoenix and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only.
Okay, preaching to the Jews only. Okay, so it wasn't dealing with Israel. Okay, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about when Ananias and Sapphira came up. Okay, but these were all Israelites that they were preaching to, even amongst the Gentiles. They weren't dealing with the other nations. Okay, the Lord was never dealing with the other nations. Okay, he never cared about the other nations. Get me that in Second Ezra's dealing with a drop. It's a drop that falls from a vessel. Okay, but there's Israelites amongst all nations, looking like all nations. It's not a carnal thing. You see, like Esau, if you look at Sarah, you look like that, then they'll hang you because the way you look. That's Esau's mindset. Okay, us is based upon the spirit. Okay, so we know that there's Israelites even amongst the Edomites, right? Even amongst the Amalekites, there's Israelites, believe it or not. Okay, but it's all through the spirit. All right, and they're gonna be sifted out. Go ahead.
This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. The brethren, the Jews that be at Jerusalem and in the land of Judea, wish unto the brethren, the Jews that are throughout Egypt, health and peace.
Okay, health and peace. All right, go ahead.
All right, so this is pertaining to.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sure you read that louder, but go ahead. It's okay. Don't forget about it. Go ahead. Next one.
Right. This is Second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 56. 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
So we all come from Adam, right? All the nations, right? Go ahead.
and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And also the chosen people, which is us, the Israelites. Okay, go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
You made the world for whose sakes? The Israelites' sake, man. Okay, the world was actually created for our sakes, man. All right, when you eat an apple, that's really our apple. That's an Israelite apple. Okay, because the Lord made the earth for our sakes, man. Starting with his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay, go ahead.
As for the other people, which also come up out of
As for you other nations, you Ishmaelites, you Moabites, so on and so forth. Go ahead.
thou hast said that they are nothing,
That they are nothing. Go ahead.
but be like unto spittle,
But they're like unto spit. Go ahead.
and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So in other words, the Lord doesn't care about you other nations. He only cares about us. And look at what you did to his people. All right. So what do you think is going to happen to you, man? All right. If he don't even care about you to begin with, all right, and he punish his people on that level, what the hell is going to happen to you, man? Huh? You think the Lord's going to play games with you? The Lord is going to put severe punishment on you devils, man. And it's starting now with the collapse of your society. Go ahead.
And now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us.
Right. And even, Esther said that. She called them nothing when she made that prayer. All right, you got that? Okay, but she said they were nothing. All right, she didn't want to deal with Xerxes. She didn't care if he was the king or not. She didn't want to deal with Xerxes. All right, she didn't have the mentality of you N-dubs today, man. Okay, that's a different breed. All right, go ahead.
Have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Right. We've been given into the hands of the heathen. All right. That's what happened. We've been given into the hands of the heathen. You see? Go ahead.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Right. How long? Right. Exactly. How long? You know. Even Ezra asked that. How long, O Lord? Okay. Well, Shalaki, you have that? Bring it out.
Job 30 and verse 1.
Yep.
But now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
What does that mean? They're younger than I. They're lesser than me. That's what it means in the ancient. When you say someone's younger than you back then, that means they were lesser than you. Okay. And spiritually, they are younger than us. Go ahead.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
In other words, he wouldn't even allow them to be around his dogs. You know how these Edomites get with dogs, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. Yea, whereunto,
Tongue kissing and whatnot. Go ahead.
yea, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me, and whom old age was perished. From want and famine they were solitary, flee into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yep.
They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
Right, they were known as the wild men. All right, going back to the time the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages when we were ruling Europe, they were known as the wild men. Man, they have images of the so-called white man with all hair all over. Because back then they didn't have razors. Okay, so he was hairy as hell, running up, and we had the black kings. The kings were in the castle. They had the arrows. They had what, sticks and shit. Okay, see, Esau tries to hide that history, but all that stuff is coming out in these latter days, man. All right? But these are the ones that are Lord over. Right now, they're Lord over us, man. Right now, they have the power. Oh, get me out. I see an arrow that proceeded from the Lord. Go ahead, man.
God. Verse 6. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth.
Cave dwellers, man. You've been hearing that for the longest time, that they're cave dwellers, right? So this is showing you your history. But back then, it was a prophecy. Go ahead.
And the rocks among the bushes they breathe.
Meaning what? They didn't have a language. Okay, go ahead.
Under the needles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were violent in the earth, and now am I their son.
Now am I their son. They got all them little nursery rhymes. All those nursery rhymes are really racist songs. Okay, but they remix it now. Now they do the remix, you know? But they really go back to racist songs that they said about so-called blacks, Native Americans, so on and so forth, man. Okay? Right? About lynching, and they had songs about those things. Okay, so now I'm becoming these low people. I'm their son. These people I wouldn't even have, my forefathers wouldn't even allow to sit with their flocks or their dogs. Now they're over me. All right, give me Daniel's this 4th chapter and the 17th verse, and that really goes for all these other nations, because all these other nations are lesser than us. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17.
Yeah.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of man.
So he's set up over the earth right now because the Lord is the one that's in control. He's set up over it the basis of men. The lowest. Basis means the lowest. So he set the lowest man in power. And that's the time we're living in, man. That's why the earth is destroyed. That's why everything is destroyed. Okay? Because you set up a low life over earth. Tell me I'm lying. The earth is not destroyed. The people are not destroyed. Right. They're not depressed. They're not all messed up right now. No, if this was a righteous rulership, it wouldn't be like that. There would be justice. Okay? There wouldn't be all this fraud going on, all these lies, scandals in the government and all this shit. That's because you have a low life over you, man. All right? Read that, brother.
Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
Yep.
Folly is set in great dignity,
Right.
and the rich sit in low place.
Folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in low place. Go ahead.
I have seen servants upon horses,
So these are those servants on horses. Horse represents power. Go ahead.
and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And we're the princes that are walking as servants on the earth. All right? Because we're really supposed to be in a rulership position, which the Lord is going to put us back in that position. Okay? Through his son, Yahweh Shai. And we're going to bring the earth back in order. Everything's going to flourish again. Okay? Now everything is dying. All right? Water is polluted. All the food is GMO. Why do you have to brag about having non-GMO food? Why do you have to brag it's gluten-free and all this madness? Because you have the devil over the earth. All right? These people are the devil. You have to understand that. Okay?
That's right.
And it's not based upon how you look. It's based upon your spirit. The spirit that's inside you is wicked. All right? What you got, bro?
This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 3, and verse 60.
Yep.
Thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me.
Yep.
Thou hast heard their reproach, O Lord, and all their imaginations against me. The lips of those that rose up against me, and their device against me all the day. Behold, they're sitting down, and they're rising up. I am their music.
I am their music, man. All right? And that goes back to the curses, man. That's why they can make those jokes. Right? At the same time, they stealing all of Jake's culture, all of Jake's ideas and innovation, but they're talking shit. You see how that works? But that's because that goes back to the curses. But once the Lord lifts those curses, we're going to put punishment on these heathen, man. All right? What do you think we're going to do? We're going to be nice with these heathen? You go to the land of Moab, man. They look all funny and shit. Right? Their eyes is all messed up. But they're talking, nigga, go home, nigga. They can't even say the word properly, man. All right? But that doesn't. But like Jake can't even get mad at that. You just gotta kind of laugh at that. It's like, oh, little poor thing. All right. But it's amazing. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, man. Moab. Go ahead, read that, bro.
This is Zechariah 1 and verse 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Yeah.
For I was but a little displeased, and they held forward the affliction.
Right. They were a little displeased with who? With us, with the Israelites. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem.
Yep. Go ahead.
Cry yet, saying, thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and the Lord shall yet comfort Zion, and shall choose Jerusalem.
Well, that's it. Our cities are going to be spread. We're going to be comforted. It's going to flourish. Okay, so it's going to be different. It's going to be a whole different scenario, man. All right. The Lord's going to take this wicked rulership out and put the righteous rulership out. We'll set up over one that is profitable. Okay, so people ain't got to walk around with that mask on their face. That show you this man's a lowlife, man. This guy can't rule the earth. You know, people have to walk around. You walk around with a damn mask. You can't breathe oxygen, man. That's fucked up. All right? We need new rulership in this place, man. All right? Got that?
Correct.
Okay, we got it. Go ahead, read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people.
An unwise king destroyed the people. That's why the water's all polluted. When you look at the DuPont family, what do? And that's one of the head families on the earth. They put all those chemicals in the water, right? And all the people on the planet, they say all the people on the planet have that chemical in their bloodstream. Why do you think diseases are flourishing? Because the man of sin is in power, man. All right? If this was a righteous rulership, those people would have been put to death on the spot. They would have never been allowed to do it, but they can sweep it under the rug. You know, they don't have to go to court. All right? But if you have one, if a Jake has one crack rock, oh yeah, 10 years. Wait a minute. Who's bringing in the drugs? Who's bringing in all these the heroin? You Edomites. Okay, go ahead.
But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Well, through what? Read that again. 1 second.
But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be
Through the
inhabited.
prudence of them that are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Because our rulership is going to be a prudent rulership.
That's
okay,
right.
We're going to rule in righteousness. Okay, give me Isaiah the 2nd chapter.
This is the book of Isaiah,
2 and 1.
chapter 2 and verse 1.
Yep.
The word that Isaiah, the
Just
son of
be patient. Be patient. Give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to finish this off. Go ahead.
the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Huh? Huh? Oh, another. Okay, you see us around, so that's good.
And,
All right, go ahead.
and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
The mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountains, meaning we're going to be on top of all other governments, starting with our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, go ahead.
And shall be exalted above the hills.
And now we're on the lowest, right? We're in the lowest part of all these nations. All right, go to China, nigga. Right, go to East India, the same shit. All right, because Esau has made a system where it's against Jacob, so that prototypical Jake look, all right, is looked down upon, which is funny because even the Heavenly Father looks like us. Heavenly Father has that dark skin and that woolly hair. Man.
That's right.
Okay, and it tells you that in the Bible. Go ahead.
It says, the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and
Right.
shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
All nations are going to come unto it. Is that happening now in the land of Israel? No. That's a war zone. Why would no one saying I want to go to? I never heard no one say I want to go to vacation to Israel unless they were Jewish. Go ahead.
And
So-called. Go ahead.
And many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord,
Yep.
to the house of the power of Jacob,
Yep.
and the God of Jacob, and
Yep.
he will teach us of his ways.
So we're going to teach the other nations the right way to live, going through the law, statutes, and commandments. Don't you know in the Bible there's something called a land Sabbath? The Native Americans follow that because they're Israelites. And I was always interested in the Gadite history anyway, man. I mean, the Quebecois history was boring as hell, man. All right? The Gadite history was interesting because they stayed for 6 years and then they left after a year. I was like, why did they do that? But it goes back to the land Sabbath in the Bible because when you do that, the earth is able to rest and it will yield more. Now there's no nutrients. You need to take vitamins because the food doesn't give you enough nutrients. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 4.
Yep.
The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
The earth mourneth and fadeth away. We're at that time now. The earth is mourning and it's fading away. If you could speak to the earth would be crying. Be coughing, sneezing. Probably have a mask on. All right? Because it's dying, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof,
Right?
because they
That's
have,
Revelations 11 and 18. Slaki, go ahead.
the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof,
Yep.
because they have transgressed the laws.
Because they transgressed the laws that was written in the scriptures. All right? And Esau does everything opposite to the scriptures. Anything that a scripture say, he wants to do the exact opposite. Showing you he's the man of sin.
Right.
No, the Lord says, listen, don't mingle seeds. Like, no, we're going to splice seeds and make GMOs. You see? So this man is a madman. Go ahead.
It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenants.
Right. Everything that's everlasting, they defile it. You know, they break it. Okay, that's why the Gadites, they had a saying that the so-called white man holds nothing sacred. Okay, and it doesn't mean because you look like a so-called white man, you're necessarily an Edomite. You might be an Israelite. Okay, but it depends on your spirit. But the majority of them are Edomites. Okay? Go ahead. Guess what? You got black Edomites too. That's right. Go ahead.
Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Right.
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned.
The curse devoured the earth. So the earth is under a curse right now. All right? Go ahead.
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Right. Well, that's what's going to happen. That's the prophecy, because there's going to be a nuclear war, and then they're going to get burnt up, and that's all the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? But the elect is going to be delivered. Why do you think we're out here all the time? Because we know the elect is going to be delivered. The Lord put the Spirit on us to be out here. Okay? Get that. Read that.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18.
Yep.
And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
Yep.
And the time of the dead that they should be judged.
Right?
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
And we're going to get a reward for what we're doing. Lord willing, we continue into the end. Go ahead.
And to the saints, and to them that fear thy name,
Yep.
small and great.
Yep.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
So he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. All right? And who's in the manager position of the earth right now? The wicked. Get me Job 9 and 24. Before you get that, get me Job 9 and 24. Who's in the manager? Listen, when you have a business, you don't curse out the janitor, all right, and the employees. You really go, if you're the CEO, you're going to the manager, the people you put that's in charge. Right now, Edom is in charge. That's why that's what we always say Edomites. Edomites this, Edomites that, because they're in charge. They control this, man. You think a so-called black man is in control of the water and the food supply of the earth? They'll sanction this, sanction that. Let me see Jamaica put a sanction on something. Or Haiti. I bet these sanctions. They're gonna laugh at you, man. You don't got power to put no sanctions, fool. All right? Esau has the power to put sanctions.
That's right.
Read that.
Job 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Who gave the earth to the hands of the wicked? The Heavenly Father. This is all part of his big story. And you know what it's for? It's to show you what happens when you do wickedness on the earth. So when he takes it out, he's like, see what happened? Were you happy there? No, you weren't. Okay? All right? So that when the earth starts to flourish under righteous rulership, even the heathen are going to know, yo, this was the way. Because they're going to have a better quality of life. That's what they're going to live longer. Even the heathen, they're going to live longer. Okay? And they're going to be healthy. They're going to have no the disease. That's going to be a thing of the past, really. Eventually. Okay? Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Yep.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Are not the people mourning? We should do a survey one day and ask the people, how do you feel about life? I bet you they're gonna tell you not too great things, man. Okay? Especially in the time we're living in. Because the wicked are in rulership. Read that again, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs 21 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
So when the righteous are in authority, the people are going to rejoice. Okay? You can get that in Isaiah 14. They're going to rejoice. The trees are going to rejoice. The animals in their spirit want a new rulership. Okay? I remember there was this video of this gorilla that they taught sign language, right? And he was asking them what they thought about humans or whatever. He's like, I love humans, but they're stupid. And you know, if he could say Edomites, he would have said Edomites, because he don't know no better. All right? But he said they're stupid because they're destroying everything. You understand? But that's under the rulership of Esau. Once Esau's taken out, even the animals can live. You have to understand that. He is the man of sin. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 28 and 20.
Okay. That was it? Okay, go ahead. Salaka, go ahead.
Proverbs 28 and 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, the righteous increase.
Right. You got the way you live in this earth right now. You live like a mouse. All right. That's especially if you're an Israelite. Okay. You're living like a mouse on the earth for real. All right. You try. Let's say you get something, you try to sell it. Right. Let's say you buy a shirt, you want to resell it or whatever. Oh shit! Oh, they're gonna get me for taxes. And you're not supposed to live like that, man. Or you got constant payments about everything's a payment. That's not how life is supposed to be. You gotta, debt. You should be able to own your house. Average, it should be normal for a person to own a house, own land. But in this place, it's like a rare thing. What you got?
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 7.
Yep.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
Go up 2 verses. Let's get the context. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and verse 5.
Yep.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the
So
ruler.
the Lord is going to break their rulership. He's going to take them out of rulership. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with continual strokes, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none
So it's
hindereth.
going to be persecuted from the Lord. Go ahead.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into
So
singing.
that's when the earth is going to be able to rest. Get me Revelation 6 and 4. That's when the earth is, once they're taken out, that's when earth is could rest. Everyone could rest. The animals can rest. The trees can rest. Go ahead.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sing.
You see, the fir trees are going to rejoice. But that's also a metaphor for the people. Okay, go ahead.
Saying, since thou art laid down, nor feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming,
Yep.
and stirreth up the dead for thee, even the chief ones of the earth, and hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right, that's for World War III. They're being raised up. Okay, for that grand finale. Go ahead.
Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee,
Yep.
art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
So your arrogance, okay, is brought down to the ground. You're not arrogant anymore like you used to be, because you're brought down. Go ahead.
And the noise of thy vials, and the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Yep.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning?
Now I want to get on this point, because when they think of Lucifer, they think of the spiritual demon Satan. They get creeped out with Lucifer. Lucifer does not mean the spiritual demon Satan. It has nothing to do with the spiritual demon Satan. What it has to do is with light. It means light bearer. Okay? So when you're enlightened, that means you're Lucifer. Okay? So the Lord is known as the morning star. Okay? Alright? He's known as the ultimate Lucifer. Okay? These elites have an illusion. That's why they call themselves Illuminati. It means illuminate ones. Alright? But they're not the true Lucifer. It doesn't mean spiritual demon Satan. Go ahead.
O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which this weakened the nations?
Yeah.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars
Did
of the
not
Most High.
he ascend into heaven? Do not we have airplanes now? Don't they have a space system? Yeah, he did that. So the Lord was prophesying. This is prophecy. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north.
Yep.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most
I
High.
will be like God, and that's what Carl Schwab and his advisor said. You said. He said we don't have to rely on a mystical God in the sky. We will transform humans. Okay, we will do this and we will do that, because they literally believe that they're God. And they're trying to make themselves God on the earth. Okay, but is that going to work? Absolutely not. They're going to be taken out, man. All right? Read that, bro. Read what you got. Huh?
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 6, and verse 4. And there went out another horse
Yep.
that was red, and power was given him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right. Power was given to take peace, from the earth. Right? They were given the power to take peace from the earth. Okay, and that's why the earth is in the condition that it's in, like we've been going to. All right, but it's going to be brought back to righteousness. It's going to be brought back to its fullness in the kingdom of heaven when we're put in power. Okay, go ahead.
And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Right, giving unto him a great sword. Going back to what? Genesis, the 27th chapter. Okay, that was Esau's blessing. All right. So when we're put in power, our people, all right, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, starting with our King Yahweh Shai, all right, then everything's going to be back in order. Okay? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time you will set over it one that is profitable.
One that is profitable, one that's going to profit the earth, one that's going to make the earth flourish, one that's going to be good for the earth. All right? Now the earth is in mourning, it's destroyed because you have a wicked rulership. All right? And you jakes, a lot of you jakes don't want that rulership. A lot of you jakes have a slave mentality. That's why the scripture says, is Jacob a homeborn slave? Okay? You have that real weak sauce. Weak sauce dripping all over the place, man. Will Smith, now he got his manhood back, man. He's slapping. Come on, bro. That looks staged to me. All right? Don't forget they're actors, eh? But they always got these weak jakes they putting up in front of you, man. She's weak. Your wife's a slut, and you ain't dip from this chick yet. But that's that weak, you know what I mean? Huh? Y'all might see y'all trying to strike that nigga soon anyway. Get up on stage. You know? Anyways, go ahead. But why did he have that energy out scene? Or his wife? Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, or destroying mountains, saith the Lord, that destroys all the earth. I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain.
So, yeah, the Lord is going to destroy Babylon. He's going to roll them down from the rocks. In other words, this rulership is going to be taken out. Okay? It's going to be, and a righteous rulership is going to be set up. All right? You got another one? Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared.
Right, and the truth that should have been so long without fruit. Okay? Because now truth is really flourishing now. All right? Because even now the things that we've been saying for years, people are even saying it in the mainstream. Okay? We got newscasters saying these things that we've been saying, starting with our apostles and elders. Okay? So the truth is starting to flourish in the earth now. Okay? Esau's lies are being exposed. And his kingdom can't stand off truth. If truth were to be exposed in this earth for real, it can't stand. All right? Like I was speaking with this one Edomite-looking chick, right? You know what I mean? And she was talking about, basically, we got into a deep conversation. You know, I was at the bar sitting, you know, we got into a conversation. You know, and I was surprised she even came with it. You know, she thought, yeah, something's happening. I don't know what's happening, but it's going to be worse. You know, she's stocking up and all these different things, right? But she said something. She said, I said, yeah, man, if you knew the things that the people that they're pushing up in front of you really did, like the statues they have of what they really did, you know, the wickedness that they did, people would be like, why the hell do they have a statue of this person? And she's like, yeah, but you know what? They can't tell the truth because people would riot because if they knew what was really done to them. That's the so-called Edomite woman. Okay? See? That was a woman that was an Edomite, or looked like an Edomite. Okay? So go ahead.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 28.
Well, that's why they're against the critical race theory, because it's really fact. It's not a theory, it's a fact. But it's going to make the white kids feel bad. What the fuck? History is history, man. Did they care about you Jakes feeling bad? Everything was Edomite. If Edomite history this, Edomite history that. Right? You didn't show Jake history nowhere, man. Oh, Martin Luther King. Well, hold on, that's all we got? All we got is some coon, some weak nigga. Because he was a sellout, by the way. Yeah. All right? Go ahead.
Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
All right?
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young man shall see visions.
Right, there's a lot of people having dreams and visions, man. Prophetic dreams. Some of them are having the same exact dream. Okay? And it's all prophetic, man. All right? So that's clearly a sign from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And it's all scriptural. Okay? But then also, you got people speaking the truth. That's also the Spirit of the Lord revealing things, man. Oh, to make their tongue to fall upon themselves? Give me that. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 29, and also upon the servants, and also upon the servants, and upon the handmaids, in those days will I pour out my spirit.
Yep. Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 1.
Yep.
Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb.
It's going to be all over the place. But when dew hits, it hits all over the place, right? When rain hits, there's nothing, you can't hide. There's rain in here, but then right this spot, it's not raining. Everywhere is going to be raining. This truth is going to be everywhere soon. All right? You understand? It's getting everywhere now. All right? So that's why it said in the place where it was said, you're not, forget me, Hosea. All right? So the car's going to get that, brother. Go ahead, continue on that.
As the rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of the Lord, ascribe ye greatness unto our power.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
This is Hosea 1 and 6. And she conceived again and bare a daughter.
Get to the point.
Verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Yeah, so all those places where we were scattered, they're going to recognize that we're the Israelites, man. Okay? That has to be included the land of America, because we're not scattered in America. Okay? So before Babylon is destroyed, it's going to be obvious who the Israelites are. Especially when the plagues come. Especially when those plagues start to hit. You know? You see? Go ahead.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be made known.
Yeah, there's nothing covered that should not be revealed, and hid that shall not be made known. All right? So everything is going to come to light. Okay? Everything's going to come to light. The history of Esau, his true history. Okay? The things that he really did. Cannibalism, all that wickedness. All right? Pickling penises. And that's what he was doing. So Esau's a real sick history, man. All right? Feeding babies to alligators. All these things are going to come to light to the masses. Okay? And you're going to realize this guy is nothing but a vile person. All right? Oh, the vile man shall no more be called liberal. Give me that. Got it ready, brother? Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Right.
For the vows.
Right, because right now Esau's put up, all these low-life people are put up on a high level. All right? But soon they're gonna be found out to be low-lives, man. Okay? And even now they're being found out, and I'm praising Yahweh Shai because I was waiting for this day, man. But Esau was always able to sweep all this wickedness under the rug, man. They don't point the finger, you know? Go ahead.
For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against them.
Man, nothing but hypocrisy in this place. Go ahead.
And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
That's it.
The instruments also of the churl are evil.
Yep.
He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needed speaketh right.
Right, but our people trust in this guy. All right, the scriptures tell you that he devises lying words, and our people trust in this devil. Okay, so they got problems, man. They got major issues, man. All right. What you got, Shaquat?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Yeah.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right, knowledge is being increased in the earth even now, but that's really goes into this technology and whatnot. But also in this with the truth. Okay, that's being increased as well. What you got, bro?
This is Ephesians 5 and verse 12. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Man, tell me it's not. Okay, go look up the movie Salo. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch the reviews. We gotta keep saying that because if you don't want to, have that on our conscience, all right? You can't wipe that out of your brain once you see it. All right? You just gotta see the reviews. That's all you gotta watch, brother. Watch the reviews. Go ahead.
Verse 13. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doth make manifest is light.
That's it. All right, go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1 and 9. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and I will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
That's it. All right, because Esau, you're finding out that Esau doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, they won't release the documents for the Jews. All right, they asked for the documents. We ain't releasing the documents. All right, they took I believe they took themselves off the stock market. They bought up all their stock, took it out because when you have investors and people that are investing in the business, they have a say so. They can demand actually records and whatnot. You have to access it. So they don't want it. So that's how Esau operates. He's a servant. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, or inhabitants of their dam, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him.
The calamity of who?
Of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him.
So I wonder if the Lord is visiting you Edomites to have a tea party. No, he's visiting you with death and destruction. Okay, it tells you that in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. Okay, how he's going to visit Esau and Edom. All right, they're going to be taken right out of the way, right out of power, man. We're not worried, man. Okay, we know exactly what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Verse 9, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places.
He's being exposed on every level now, man. Okay? Even you got Glenn Beck saying that Esau, he called Edomites crackers. He said, evil ass crackers. That's Glenn Beck. That's an Edomite about, that's an Edomite of it, you know? No, they don't want to say the Hebrew, no, Israelite, there's an Edomite in Edom. Which I don't know, all right? I perceive as an Edomite, okay? But he did say truth, man. He said evil crackers, man. Okay? If you were come to a point that where you have Edomites saying that on their stations, and these are supposedly like Republican type Edomites, yo, you know Esau's at the end, man. Oh, you got that one guy. He was what is it? What do you call him? A far right or alt right, whatever Edomite. He was breaking down on camera, man. Because Esau can see that his time is up, man. He can see that his place is done, huh? No, not him. There was another guy. I don't remember his name. He's like the leader of that alt right thing. All right, but he was breaking down on camera, crying and shit. All right, speaking about how he's gonna rise up against the government and whatever. Anyways, but Esau can say that though. Yo, check that camera though. I'm something like that. All right, Esau can say that though. Okay, go ahead.
Good. Verse 10, Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not.
Right. So Esau he's being discovered. He's being uncovered. All the truths are coming out. So we don't even gotta. We just speak the truth, and it's gonna come out eventually. Okay. Give me Isaiah 47. Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold.
Right, these Edomites, chicks ain't gonna mourn like that. Okay, they might mourn for like a day. We try to give them 30 days. I don't need that. I just need a few hours. Okay? You see? They're gonna be happy to be with chick, man. Go ahead, man.
Good.
They might fake cry or fake wail. No. Go ahead, like Will Smith and keep my voice. Go ahead.
Good. Verse 12.
Yeah, the exact response that God gave is the response. That's all it needs. Kiss me. You got that. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Right, which is who? Which is us. We drank of that cup of what? Slavery, of oppression, all right? Genocide, these different things. And Esau's going to have to face that too. Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Are you Edomites going to go unpunished? All right? Because you did that. Are you going to go unpunished? Let's hear it.
Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
They're surely going to have to drink of that cup. That's justice, man. You know, that makes a lot of our people uncomfortable because they're all weakened by the society. They got that weak sauce dripping all over the place, man. You know, driving, they got a weak sauce all over the wheel, the steering wheel. They're weak, man. But we know the truth, and the truth, we're happy with the truth because this is a comfort to Zion. That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
Right. Yeah, right. Read that. Okay. So that's dealing with America. America's going to be completely destroyed. Go ahead.
Verse 14, I have heard a rumor from the Lord,
Yeah.
and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening to these Edomites. They're being despised among men, right? That's why you got India. They're talking heavy against them, man. You know, Iran was talking heavy against them. China, cursing them out for slavery and all kind of stuff that they're doing over here, oppressing Jacob. All right. So them other nations know the wickedness of Esau, man. But it just takes them to, Esau's pushing them over the head, so they're exposing them, right? But it doesn't mean that they're our friends. They're just. The truth is just coming out. They're seeing that these devils are wicked. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Well, that's dealing with what? That's dealing with America. Okay, the chief city of these Edomites. Okay, or chief country of these Edomites. All right, also known as Basra, Assyria, Egypt, Sodom. All right, there's different code names for America in the Bible. Okay, go ahead. Sometimes it's speaking about those ancient cities, but sometimes it's spiritual. Okay, like Revelations 11 and 8. Go ahead.
Verse 18, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it.
Right, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. Okay, so meaning what? There's not going to be any more inhabitants in America once it's destroyed. Okay, that's it on that. Well, read that Isaiah 47 verse 1.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Right.
O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers.
Right. Yeah, uncover the thigh, because back in the ancient world, when a woman uncovered the thigh, that was a shame of her. Okay, back in the ancient world. Right? Now it's nothing. Now it's, mini skirt to go to the club. They don't feel no way about it. Well, that's why these chicks is all bitches, man. Because the scriptures say what? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. The scriptures tell you that.
That's right.
So they're all shameless out here. Okay, in the ancient world, if you were showing even the thigh, just the thigh would have been like a shame of it. So that's a metaphor for Esau being exposed. All right? And I was sending up prayers that the Lord expose Esau more and more, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yep.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right, now their shame is being seen, man. They're taking down statues, all right? They're trying to hide history, man. Okay? Well, they've been watering down history for the longest time, bro. Okay? But now the truth is coming out, man. You got TikToks, people making TikToks, going into some deep, you're going deep on the TikToks. There's some of the TikToks getting going hard. All right? See? And it be Edom, it's Edomites doing it too. Okay? Go ahead.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right.
As for a Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
That's good. You got something?
This is 2 Thessalonians.
Go hold on. Zakar, you had something? Keep going. This is what you got.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1.
Yep.
The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Well, that's it. All right. So the Egyptians are being rised up against the Egyptians, man. You got the left wing, the right wing, all these different things. All right. Certain Edomites agree with the Jews, other ones don't. All right. Agree with the mask, other ones don't. There's a lot of division going on right there. And that's going to lead to what? Civil war. All right. It's going to lead to that. You see? Go ahead.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yep.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Yeah.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts.
Well, that's it. All right. So when Yahushua comes back and they're taken out, they're gonna have to get with the program. They're not gonna have a choice either, man. All right. All these other nations, they're gonna have to be beaten into subjection, man. Okay. It's gonna be a dictatorship. It's not gonna be no, let me ask, let me just vote. Which that's all BS too, man. There's deception, man. That voting, the democracy, that's a deception. Because when you look at the history, all the democracies turn to tyrannies. All right, after a while. Okay, draconian. You see, they're putting in draconian measures right now. Because Esau's a liar. Anyways, what you got, bro?
This is Revelation 6 and verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him.
That's Yahushua. Okay, that's Yahushua. Go ahead, the Lord. Go ahead.
And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
All right, he went forth to conquer and conquer. Yo, lift up that side for me, Ak. The Yahushua side. Okay. Yeah, Yahushua went to conquer, man. All right? Yahushua went to conquer, man. And he's coming back to conquer, man. He's coming back to conquer. That's what he's coming to do. All right? He came as a lamb before. He was hanged on a tree. All right? But now he's going to come to conquer, man. Now this is about hold that for me. Okay? So you don't have to put it in the camera. Just put it for these people. Well, see, he's coming to conquer, man, on that white horse. Read that again.
Good. Revelation 6 and verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Well, that's what he's going to do. Go ahead. That's about keep going up there. Wasn't there a little bit more there? Or am I mistaken?
Verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was black, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
That's these Edomites, okay? These Edomites that are in rulership right now, man. All right? The so-called white people, they're the Edomites. They're on that red horse, okay? And the Lord is coming on the white horse, right? They're coming to take them down, okay? Go ahead.
And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Right. His blessing is the sword, is the weaponry, okay? War, things like that. You dig? Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 19, and verse 11.
Yeah.
And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Right. The white horse represents the chariot, okay? It's a similitude, man. Representing the chariot the Lord is going to be flying on. Okay? Go ahead.
And in righteousness he does judge and make war.
Right, he's going to make war. He's coming to make war with who? Which nation is coming to make war with? Mainly the Edomites. All right? But then there's other nations too. The other nations that are in power, he's going to make war with them too. Okay? For what? The controversy of Zion. For us. All right? For his chosen people. All right? And he's going to put us in rulership over them.
That's right.
And then we're going to do to them what they did to us, but double. Okay? And our rulership is forever. Our rulership ain't going to be, then they went down. No, it's never going to go down. We're going to be perfect. All right? And we're going to last. It's going to last forever. Forever, ever? Go ahead, bro.
This is precept. This is Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
Yep.
to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Right, they're going to be broken, man. All right, we're going to be over these nations, and we're going to break them to shivers. We're going to be nice to these nations, man. You have to understand, these are our enemies, man. All right? Go ahead.
Even as I've received of my Father.
Right.
Revelation 19 and 12, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Right. Okay, so that, when they see a so-called black man come in the sky with a big beard and red eyes, mad, all right, they're gonna be scared, man. They're gonna be in fear, all right, because they're looking for Cesare Borgia. You know, that weak, effeminate, you know, you look like like he's in a rock, man, effeminate, long hair. That's what they're looking for. But that's not what's gonna come. All right, they're gonna see a big, ugly, big angry black man, right, coming from the sky, so-called. All right, really from the tribe of Judah. Okay, go ahead, bro. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, 5th chapter.
This is Micah 7 and verse 16. The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might.
Right.
They shall lay their hand upon their mouth. Their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our power.
They're gonna be afraid. All right, and they're gonna have all the guns and all that shit, and he's gonna laugh at that, man. He's gonna look. It said, when you read 2nd Ezra, it says that, you know, he didn't pick up a weapon or anything. He just looked at them and then he destroyed all of them, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. Go ahead.
They shall be afraid of the Lord our power and shall fear because of thee.
Right, they're gonna fear. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Are we not standing in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted us, man? We're bold with it. We're not telling no half-truths. We're telling them the 100% truth. Okay? Go ahead.
And made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Yeah.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Right, they're gonna be troubled with it because they're gonna be scared, and it's gonna be a strange salvation. Right, go ahead.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Right, because what are they looking for? They're looking for maybe the Lord to come back looking like a so-called white man, you know, the hands open. But he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back with fire, you know, killing. All right, angry. See, angels. You know, they don't know what to expect. They don't, you know. Go ahead.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
This was he whom we had sometimes in derision. These the people that we spoke against. Okay. Go ahead.
And a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness. And his end to be without honor.
Right, because all these people, most of these people that walk by, all right, they're in their mind, they're thinking, oh, look at these crazy fools, right? They don't even know what's going on for real. You understand? But all them people, they're all going to be confounded by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? Because they're going to see the salvation of the elect. All right? See? And the Lord will have the ones that seen it, the ones that are witnessing this, they're going to know, like, yo, those were the men of the Lord. Okay? Go ahead.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High?
Yep.
And his lot is among the saints.
And his lot was among us. How? They're going to be like, how? Go ahead.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us. And the Son of righteousness rode not upon us.
Right. Right, because the Lord is not coming for them, man. The Lord's coming for the Israelites, man. He ain't coming for the rest of these nations, man. He's really not even coming for 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Because 2/3 of the nation of Israel is wicked. Go ahead.
We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where they lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What had pride profited us? Or what had riches with our vaunting brought us?
What's going to be the point of the rich? Because the scriptures speak about how they're going to cast their gold in the street. Give me that, baby. Give me that. The richest profit not in the day. What's that? Proverbs 11. All right. See. So in that time when things really hit the fan, money's not going to mean anything. Okay. To some degree, it's going to be the survival of the fittest, but ultimately, it's going to be those who have Yahweh Shemi Al Shai in yourself.
That's right.
Okay, that's what it's really going to break down to at the end of the day. Okay, strength can only get you so far. Wisdom of the world can only get you so far. All right. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel 7 and verse 19.
Yeah.
They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them, and the day of the wrath of the Lord. They
Right, so all
shall,
that money they're saving up, that's not going to do nothing because soon this system is changing. They're changing from this system to what? A digital system, and they're going to offer you a mark, okay? And you're going to have to take that mark underneath your skin if you want to continue, okay? And it's going to be a totally different system, okay? And it's going to be a world currency. It's not going to be this is the Russian ruble. No, it's going to be a world currency, man. Go ahead.
they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Yep. Yep.
Proverbs 11 and verse 14, verse 4, Salakia. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Righteousness delivered. Right? So the ones of us that we're doing this work, the Lord is going to protect us, man. And He's been protecting us, man. We've been seeing it. Brothers been seeing miracles and stuff that is not normal, okay? But these average people can't see it because the Lord ain't dealing with it, all right? And it's not really meant for them because when the Lord did miracles, there's certain people He didn't do miracles for. Why? Because their unbelief. Oh, get me that, brother. You know where it says that? Where it says because of their unbelief, right? He did no more miracles amongst them. So He could have done the miracles and showed them, but it wasn't meant for them. You get me on Matthew 13, all right? What you got, brother? You got something else on there? You got something else?
This is Romans 11.
Go ahead.
Romans 11 and verse 33. Oh, the depths of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High.
Yep.
How unsearchable are His judgments and
Yep.
His ways past finding out.
Right.
For who hath known the mind of the Lord,
Yep.
or hath been His counselor?
Yeah, it has been His counselor. All right? Right? How far are the ways of the... Read that again. Please, read that again.
Romans 11 and verse 33. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High.
Right, so the wisdom is more important than riches. Okay, it's more valuable than riches because that's what's going to deliver. That's part of what's going to deliver in that time. Is that wisdom. Go ahead.
How unsearchable are His judgments and His ways past finding out.
Yep.
Who hath known the mind of the Lord?
We know the mind of the Lord, man. We understand Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai and what He requires, man, to some degree. Go ahead.
Or who hath been His counselor?
Right. All right, get me Isaiah 11, Isaiah 33 and 6. Okay, what you got, brother?
This is St. Matthew chapter 15 and verse 57. And
Yep.
they were offended in Him, but Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house.
Yep.
And He did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief.
He did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief, because he could have showed them that He was the Son of the Most High easily, man. Doing some of the miracles they would have had to believe, man. They could have said certain things they can't say is what you got. Okay? But He didn't do it because at the end of the day, he didn't. It wasn't meant for them. Get me Matthew 13.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 9. Who had ears to hear, let him hear.
Yeah.
And the disciples came and said unto Him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, so they're asking Him, why were you speaking unto them in dark sayings that they can't understand? He said, because it was given unto you to know the mysteries, but to them it was not given. The mysteries are not given to everyone. All right? There's only a chosen few that can get it. Okay? And we get it. We understand the mysteries through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai. All right? Not through our own power, but through the power of the Heavenly Father, man, and His Son. All right? See? Go ahead. I think that was it on that. What you got, brother?
John 18 and 36. Yahushua answered, My kingdom is not of this world.
Yep.
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servant fight that I should not be delivered to the Israelite, but now is my kingdom not from ends.
Right. This is not the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai. Okay? Our kingdom is coming back. It's coming. All right? So this place has to go down first, man. See? So where does the kingdom of heaven start, though? It starts with the elect.
That's right.
All right? And the elect have this knowledge, man. All right? Let me Isaiah 33.
Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. All right? So if you don't have the wisdom and knowledge, you're not going to be stable in this world. All right? When all hell breaks loose, man. Oh, get me on 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, brother. Okay, we're gonna go all the way through the 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay, I've been wanting to go through that. All right? So yeah, so when you go through these hard times that are coming, the Lord is not gonna. If the Lord is not dealing with you, don't have that wisdom and knowledge. You're gonna be scared. You're not gonna know what to do. You're gonna be confused. Listening to the government, they're gonna be telling you different stories every week. Oh, it's this. Now it's that. Do this. Do that. Put your hand on your nose. Jump on one foot. All right. Quack like a duck. And these dumb people are gonna be doing it. All right. Whatever they tell them to do, they'll do it, man. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And that's what we're doing. We're speaking prophecy, man. Because the Spirit of the Lord is the Spirit of prophecy. Showing you these Christians don't have the Spirit of the Lord. Go ahead.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
What does incredulity mean? That means their unbelief. Get me Romans the 3 and 3. Okay? All right? Let not their incredulity, their unbelief trouble you, because they're not meant to get it. All right? They're on a low level. All right? Go read.
Romans 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Right, because they don't believe. Is that going to make the prophecies not come to pass? No. Esau can say, well, I don't believe in that. I believe in science. Well, still, the prophecies are still going to come to pass. Whether he believes it or not. And they've been coming to pass, man. Right? We're talking about the mark of the beast. You can see the system being set up right now for the microchip, man, which is the mark of the beast, man. And they're going to offer it to you people and tell you to put it under your skin and give you all kind of reasons. Oh, well, you won't lose your wallet. Oh, we can detect disease. Oh, you won't worry about the C-19 no more. All these reasons they're going to give you, but it's all doing to the prophecy, man. All right? You see? So all these prophecies are coming to pass one way or another, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4, the Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. Why do you think they're setting up a digital system, man? Huh? It's more than convenience, man. It's about that chip, that microchip they're going to be offering you, man. The Internet of Things. They want the humans. Well, that's what Carl Schwab said. He said the humans are going to be the fourth industrial revolution, the changing of humans. What does that mean? But anyways, we've been telling you, right? You're going to find out, all right? One way or another. Go ahead.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sins, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yeah, we're going to be justified, man. We're going to be looking and we're going to be laughing at these people because the Lord already warned us, man. Anyways, continue with that, brother. Oh, you got something real quick? Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And the image of the beast is the system, all right? And these people, the majority of these people worship the image of the beast, okay? All right, they're setting up the system right now, all right? The ultimate system, which is what? This digital system, okay? Go ahead.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might...
What is that mark? That mark, when you look at that word mark in the Greek, is charagma, which means something that's implanted. This was written thousands of years ago, man. Showing you the Lord is far beyond man's mind. Okay? He already knew what was going to... It said, the scriptures say, declaring the end from the beginning. All right, it's okay. We don't have to get it. Just continue reading that.
It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, right. So you're not going to be able to buy and sell. So it's tied to buying and selling, that mark. Okay? So if you don't have that digital mark, that RFID, soon you're not going to be able to buy and sell. Same way, and this is all gradualism that they're showing you, man. With this whole juice thing, this vax thing, that was all gradualism. All right? First they show you it, okay, this, and then they saw people were down with it. They're like, okay, now let's move to the next step. And what is the main thing they're going to dangle in front of you? Food. So they're going to put control over this food with their rationings. Say, listen, if you want your rationings, you just got to take this. All right? Go ahead.
Book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right, it's definitely going to come. Everything we're saying is definitely going to come to pass, man. Right? Go ahead, brother. Continue on that.
2 Ezra 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yep.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, sword weapon, meaning weaponry, okay? Famine, that's coming. All right, we've been telling you a famine was coming, and it's going to be in the first world countries, man. Don't be looking for it to be in Zimbabwe or Ethiopia or any of those places, South America. Okay, it's going to be in the first world countries, and it's going to hit the first world countries worse because they're used to decadence, man. Right? Even the poor in the first world countries are living a decadent lifestyle, man. They get to go eat 12 wings for $6. Every day after they gather some change. You see, so they're living a decadent lifestyle even out here. Even the poor, out here, right? So when all hell breaks loose, these people, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to be down for whatever the government offers, whatever Esau offers, man. And I believe that there's going to be a lot of women that are going to be in trucks, man. I believe the elites are going to offer people, go gather up some women and children and put them in trucks. I believe they're going to gather people with U-Haul trucks full of women, man, in that day. I believe that, man. Okay? And it's coming. All right? So all that pride is going to be brought real low, man. Go ahead, man. Keep going. Now, precept one.
Revelation 18 and 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her.
Right. Right, because they've been living deliciously. That's America. The land of unwalled villages, man. Okay? They're at ease. They're constantly at ease. They're not thinking more about that. All right? Now, the Russians right now, there's something. I see some videos. Your brother's showing the Russians. They put all that money into the military. They're eating birds raw. But that show you the nature of Esau. And notice that's not the view. Well, they could have demonized Russia with that. That would have helped demonize them. Look how you got your people. Wouldn't that help? That would have actually, but they're like, oh, this is too much. We're going to leave it over, we'll bring it to the archive. Yeah, I know make Esau look like the wild man that he is, man. Alright? The bitch just grabbed a bird. I just see the she went back into that wild man state, She seen the bird, I don't know if she hooked behind the bush. Just the eyes showing, The bird got cold and it pounced on her eye. Nigga, eat, nigga. She didn't care about salt and nothing. Wasn't worried about the paprika and nothing like that. Alright? Go ahead, bro, read.
Verse 6.
But I'll show you the nature of Esau, brother. When she get ahead, you're gonna see what's up, bro. You're gonna see that. You think it's hard to believe cannibalism is gonna be out here? You think it's hard to believe you're gonna go behind a, you might be walking behind a plate, you see somebody eating somebody's arm. Oh. That's nothing, bro. These Edomites are awesome, and especially Esau. Like Jacob might take a couple more days for them to get on that level. But Esau, man, the first couple hours, man, Esau don't give a shit. Yeah. Human meat is healthy. It gives protein, a lot of protein. Technically, shut your ass up. Go ahead, bro. Keep reading, brother.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth,
Right.
and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right.
Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness,
Yeah.
which they profanely commit.
Right, the Lord is not going to hold his tongue no more, man. He's going to let loose. All right? Go ahead.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in
Yep.
which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yep.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going until I tell you stop, bro.
And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
Right, that's all throughout the scriptures. As birds flying shall the Lord deliver Zion. Okay? So we're going to be delivered by chariots, and that's going to be the strangeness of our salvation. Go ahead.
And smite Egypt with plagues,
Yep.
as before,
Yep.
and will destroy all the land thereof.
Yeah, and the plagues are here. The plagues are here, and it's going to just increase on a higher level. All right, certain plagues we haven't seen yet, but it's going to be here. It's going to be prevalent. It's going to be very, very dominant in the society. Okay, go ahead.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Yeah.
That they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful constellation.
Right, and which the farming, that they're already being oppressed now, those farmers, right? Because they, you got, these different corporate, the government telling them they have to destroy crops, whatever the case may be. They can only use certain portions of their land in certain places, like Germany. Okay, so they're putting that squeeze on the farmers, but the Lord is going to help them put a squeeze on the farmers. The Lord is helping them, all these different weather patterns. All right? The Lord is forwarding this thing. Okay? Go ahead.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Yeah.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right. Right. The swords in their hands, man. Meaning what? Civil war. That's coming. All right? Civil war is coming. In Canada, America. All right? Why? Because of the prophecy, man. The prophecy says so, man. Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Sedition means what? To speak against the government for an uprising. Like they went into the Capitol, all these different things. That they try to charge Trump with sedition. Okay? And this whole trucker thing, that's sedition, man. So that's all prophecy, man. Go ahead.
They shall.
Precept word, brother. Read that.
This is Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor.
Right, which the Egyptians represent what? The Americans, man. Okay, go ahead.
City against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, right. You have Russia getting ready to fight against America. That's all prophecy. That's biblical prophecy. Okay? And after that, what's going to happen? The end of Esau's rulership. Okay, the beginning of Yahushua rulership. Go ahead.
Verse 14, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Right. Go ahead. And the grinding is ceasing. All right? The grinding is ceasing, man, because all these things that's being set up, it's going to be too expensive soon for these businesses, man, to even run, and have all these employees, man. There's going to be a lot of cuts happening, man. And a lot more of these women is going into escort, as if they weren't sluts before, but they're going into that escort business now, man. Okay? Huh? Got food for money, because the job is not enough. Okay? Chicks down there, they be surprising you, She told me, she's a bartender. I told her, what are you doing in Toronto? I'm like, what kind of business? She give me some big old hotel. Oh, hotel. I know you're not a hostess, bitch. That's only temporary. Can I go, yeah, okay. Whatever. I got 150. Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading.
All these chicks is doing that. And there's more and more of them are going to do that, man. And then they're going to still try to act like they're supposed to be, you got to marry them. OnlyFans. That's all prostitution. All right? No, but then when he said, I don't want a chick on OnlyFans, they get this insecure. What?
OnlyFans is
No,
still
they don't
on.
want to slut, bitch.
I thought the content they removed it.
No, they reneged on that. There was too much protesting. She's crying out. I don't have no skills. Go ahead. Read, brother.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course
Meaning
of
what? They're not going to care about what the government says. They're going to be just rioting or trying to overthrow it. Go ahead.
and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. The course of their actions stand in their power, man. They're going to do what they do. Go ahead.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, because of their pride, man. All right? The city shall be destroyed. So there's going to be certain cities that's abandoned, like I Am Legend, man. Okay? There's going to be grass growing out everywhere. All right? Under roots. It's not going to be maintained, you know? You see? Animals, they're going to be... Guess what? When the city's abandoned, animals come in. So that's going to lead to a lot of beast killing people, man. Even with this whole quarantine things, people were in their houses, a lot of animals changed their places because of that. That was in them cities, man. All right, so that's going to happen more and more. All right, the more that these things start to pressure down, Esau sets up another terrorist attack, whatever he does. Okay, and he's going to put them lockdowns on, and them animals are going to continue to move. Okay, go ahead.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
And you see these people don't have no care for their neighbor even now. So imagine when all hell breaks and when it comes down to food, the last bag of rice, they're not going to care about that. And that's coming. All right? That's coming. Go ahead.
And
Go read the precept.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So all this fake people, these people smiling, that's fake, man. Because when that time comes, the true nature is going to come out. And we're getting to that point, right? It's going to be a famine, food shortages, all these things, man. All right? And the Lord is setting it up for judgment's sake. Because these people are wicked. All right? That's why we're set up. The Lord set his prophets up before the end of every kingdom. Okay? Go ahead, brother. Continue.
a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor,
Yep.
but shall destroy their houses with the sword,
Yep.
and spoil their goods.
Yep. Oh, we robbing their houses. Okay? Because what? They're looking for food or whatever. Go ahead.
Because of lack of bread,
Because of lack of bread. That's the time we're coming to. Go ahead.
and for great tribulation.
Yep.
Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun,
Yep.
from the south, from the east, and from Libanus,
Lebanus. Okay, go ahead.
to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
That's World War III. That's being set up right now. All these nations are going to be gathered together for World War III. That's why they're trying to they're trying to maybe agree on certain things, but the Lord has set up that tension. All right, get me Joel the 3rd chapter, and also get me Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Go ahead.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right, which means what? I mean Yahweh's decision, which means that's in the Middle East. Okay, that's what it's speaking about. Go ahead.
And will plead with them there for my people.
See, everything has to do with for the Israelites, for what they've done to us. Okay, the Lord has said for the controversy of Zion, these things will happen. Go ahead.
And for my heritage Israel,
For his heritage, which is his people. Go ahead.
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
How did they scatter us? Through slavery. Okay? Go ahead. And they parted his land because what? Who's in the land now? Gentiles. All right? Heathens. Go ahead.
Verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men,
Yep.
let all the men of war draw near,
Yes.
let them come up. Be your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
That's why Russia suffered. That's why you see them videos that she's eating the bird live and all that shit. And there was another video. The guy was going crazy for something. I don't know what he was trying to get. But basically, a lot of them are suffering now because they're putting all that money that they had for the food and agriculture into war. And that's what's going to happen in America. That's what's going to happen in Canada. Okay? You see, and these people are going to start to suffer. When there's a war popping up, that's going to even increase the suffering. They're going to be suffering before that, but it's going to increase it. Okay? So, the Lord got something set up for these people, man. Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
Yep.
Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Yep.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's it, man. All right? And these heathen are going to be judged, man. Okay? Judgment's coming for them, man. All right? And for 2/3 of our people, the ones that don't want to get it right, man. Go ahead, continue with second. You got something, brother? Okay, go ahead, read that.
Ezekiel 38 and verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog.
Well, that's Russia. All right? Gog and Magog is Russia. That's when you look at the ancient map, in today's map, Russia is where Gog and Magog is at. Go ahead.
The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia,
Which means weaponry. Okay, go ahead. Persia.
Persia,
Which is who? Iran. All right? So they're allies with Russia, right? Iran is a major ally with Russia. That's why they can't, that's why the state of Israel and America can't touch Iran like that. Because they're being protected. Go ahead.
Persia,
Ethiopia. All right, they're going to be part of that war too. Go ahead.
and Libya,
Libya.
with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and
Which
all his
Russia is an ally to Libya as well, obviously, right? Because that's why with Gaddafi, they weren't able to protect Gaddafi, you know? But they regret that. Go ahead.
Gomer and all his bands,
Yeah.
the house of Togarmah
Yep.
of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto
And they're
them.
preparing. All right. That's why China. What's China? He's getting ready. They look like they're getting ready to go into Taiwan. Okay. They're preparing, right, for that wartime. All right. They're preparing for war. You see, and Russia's a guard to those nations. That's why South Africa's like F America, man. We riding with Russia, and that was all it said. Russia did that. We're using logic, you know, to get them on their side, and they're gonna help them in that time. Go ahead.
Verse 8, after many days thou shalt be visited, and in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them.
Right, they shall dwell safely, all of them, man. Okay? Yeah, they're going to dwell safely because they were guarded by Russia. All right? All right, continue with 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, brother.
Verse 21, like as they did yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also.
Right,
And-
who's this? They're chosen, the 12 tribes. Okay? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? They've done that, so this is why the Lord is going to do this. Go ahead.
and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord power.
Yep.
My right hand shall not spare the sinners,
Yep.
and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth.
Woo. Who has shed more innocent blood than Esau Edom? The infamous. Go ahead.
The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and hath consumed the foundation of the earth,
Yep.
and the sinners, like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin, and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him. And And therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
Right. Right. That's exactly it. Okay, go ahead.
For now are the plagues come upon the whole world, upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
That's it. That's it. All right. So the Lord is only going to deliver the elect. Okay. Well, finish that last verse. Read one more verse, brother.
Correct.
We'll get the last scripture. Right.
Behold the horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
A horrible vision. You got a dreadful sound. You got a horrible vision. All right. So there ain't nothing good coming from these people. You got to close your eyes, cover your ears. Go ahead.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out of many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear, them may fear and tremble.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen, man. Them Ishmaelites gonna get down in that time, man. Right? You know, Ishmael's wild, man. Okay. All right, what you got, brother? Okay, that's okay on 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, brother. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Yep.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to
Right, so
pieces.
the Russians ain't gonna accept no payments, man. After a while, they're gonna be like, nah, F that, man. All right, they're gonna press the button. All right, go ahead.
And this
Yep,
and
that's
they shall
what we got. Yep.
and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Yep.
And verse 20, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Well, that's it, man. America's gonna be completely destroyed. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel 5 and verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee.
Yeah.
I, the Lord, have spoken it.
Well, that's it, man. So if the Lord hit you with that, man, you know he don't like you. All right? If he hit you with famine, oh boy, you know you was wicked. All right? You got a last scripture, brother? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom,
Yeah.
and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth,
Yeah.
saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yep, that's it. He's going to destroy the sinful king, but he's not going to fully destroy the Israelites. All right? So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you. I came out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. We're almost at the end of this kingdom, man. All right? And Yahweh Shai is on his way back to deliver the elect. Shalom.
That's right. Shalom.